Once again, here I am butchering this intro. This is going to be fun. But we're back. We're back with another Final Fantasy X playthrough. Continuing on from where we left off. Man, it's been a while. It's been a little while since I've done any recording at all, so, you know, we're going to see how this goes. Hopefully all my settings are in order. Looks like I'm recording on OBS. Looks like I'm recording on the Elgato software, I think. Nope, not yet, but I have it set up. Good. Everything's all good and set up. I've sound checked everything. Hopefully this all goes according to plan, because I have a bad habit of screwing up my settings and then never fixing them. We'll see how it goes. I think it looks alright. But, you know, is what it is. Last we left off, we had Tidus, who had just landed on the island Besaid. He met that character Wakka. I can't remember how far along we got. I'll probably be able to get about an hour and a half, maybe in a little bit further today. But either way, let's see how far we can get. In other news, thank you to anyone who's watched the first couple of parts of this video. It's a slow crawl right now. We're kind of just making as much content as we can. My editing style has, changed quite a bit. Just in these last couple of videos, I'm, starting to add, like, sound effects and stuff like that, so I'm really stoked with how they're turning out. Hopefully they catch on, hopefully they do well. Yeah, I mean, if not, oh well, whatever, this is fun anyway. Let's go ahead and kick it off. Let's, I don't know if did we talk to Luzu and Gata last time?
Hey, you! You were attacked by Sin, right? Recently, was it?
I think so.
So, Sin can't be far, right? You're not hiding anything, are you?
Why would I?
If Sin's nearby, it'll attack the island for sure. But it hasn't. I wonder why.
I'm sorry. I really don't know anything. To tell the truth, I don't even know what the Crusaders are.
You're kidding, right?
Sin, the toxin. Gotta tell him who we are.
Yes, sir! The Crusaders are sworn to battle Sin. We have chapters throughout Spira, accepting all who wish to join our struggle. The hero Mihen formed the Crusaders 800 years ago as the Crimson Blades. Later, our ranks grew and we called ourselves the Crusaders. We've been fighting Sin ever since.
What? You've been fighting 800 years and you still haven't beat it?
Well, we've steered Sin away from towns many times. And that's all we can do. Nobody's ever been able to defeat it. Our mission as Crusaders is to protect the temples, towns, villages, and people of Spira.
So, then whose job is it to defeat Sin?
Is Sin's toxin really this bad, sir?
It does seem rather bad. We could just tell you, but I think it better for you to try and remember. Go pray at the temple. Perhaps Yevon will help you regain your memory.
What the hell, man? What have you been in there doing? So, I guess I opened up my closet door, and one of my cats, she went into the closet and got stuck in there. I didn't realize it. She's black and it's a dark closet, so she's hard to... I'm sorry, honey. Yeah, she does that crap all the time. She'll sneak into a closet and then she'll get stuck in there because we won't know she's in there. We pulled her out of the hallway pantry. Yeah, I think she wants out. I'm gonna let her out. She just sneaks into a closet or something. Cabinets, closets, the pantry. Dude, she does it everywhere. And she's so dark that, like, if the lights are off in whatever room she's in, we just don't see her. And then we'll hear her causing a commotion. And there she is. Anyway, she's out now. I don't know what she's gonna do. Anyway, moving along, we have these guys, the Crusaders, that's Luzu and Gata. As they said, they've been trying to fight Sin for about 800 years. It used to be called the Crimson Blades, founded by Lord Mihen. Tidus brings up an interesting point. What do you mean you've been fighting for 800 years and you still ain't put a dent in it? You know what I mean? I guess it's somebody else's job to try to defeat Sin. So, I mean, obviously I know all of this stuff, and, I'm kind of feigning that I don't know what I'm talking about just to... I mean, but you already know this. I'm trying not to spoil anything. I did go back and start editing the video from the last session, and I actually did name drop Riku a couple times. So I'm gonna learn how to bleep that out. That's gonna be fun. We want to go present ourselves to the Temple Summoner. We'll see what we can do here. Everyone else is living in tents, and you got this big old temple. That's kind of just like, that kind of just goes to show, like, whatever this religious aspect is that everybody seems to be following is apparently very important, because everyone else is living in huts and they've got this immaculate building just in the middle of this island. The village was attacked by Sin when I was just a little kid, yeah? The village was burnt to ashes. I still have nightmares of that day. Don't bother people when they're praying. It's against the teachings. May the apprentice summoner return to us safely. I'm sure that Lord Braska is watching over our apprentice summoner.
Ten years have passed since Lord Braska became High Summoner. And finally, we receive a statue for our temple.
Oh, what's a High Summoner? I got too close to Sin's, toxin. It was funny hearing myself make the same excuse over and over. Funny, and a little sad.
The Summoners are practitioners of a sacred art, sworn to protect the people of Yevon. Only a chosen few become Summoners, who call forth entities of great power, the Aeons. The Aeons hear our prayers and come down to us. They are the blessing of Yevon.
So what he meant was that we should respect some kind of great men, or something like that, I figured.
10 years have passed since Lord Braska defeated Sin. So, obviously, Sin's still here, so either he did a terrible job, or it's apparent at this point that Sin's resurrected. You know what I mean? So, obviously, when Sin dies... Alright, yeah, had to kick the cat out. She went and just laid down on the keyboard. And it looks like everything's still recording, so it should all be good. Either way, so we have Sin. He's resurrected. He obviously comes back to life because this guy's defeated Sin. And they said now that they have a statue after 10 years. And if that's to be believed, then all of these people that we have statues of are what are called High Summoners, people who have defeated Sin. So we don't know, you know, what all that entails yet, but obviously it's something that's very important to this culture. So, now that we've kind of presented ourselves, let's go and see what Wakka has to say. His, I believe, is the second one down, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, there he is. What's up, bud?
Sorry, man. No time for lunch yet. Take a nap. You look pushed.
See, that's weird, because we don't have any, like, subtitles on here, but for that bit, we get some. That's interesting. Thanks.
You could at least go see how they are doing.
We can't interfere. It's a rule.
But it's been nearly. But it's been nearly.
It's been nearly a day already.
Perhaps you could go look for us.
People are searching for him now.
Thank you.
Who cares whether he comes back or not?
But he might die.
Fine, let him.
Do you hate him so? But if he dies, you'll never be able to tell him how much you hate him.
Wakka?
Man, you'd think Wakka would wake him up and be like, hey man, I'm gonna be out this way. Tell me, you know, let me, if you wake up and I'm gone, let me know if you need anything. Something like that. But we'll just assume he's gone to the temple.
Is something wrong?
The summoner hasn't returned from the trial.
Eh?
Well, apprentice summoner, really.
Huh?
There's a room in there called the Cloister of Trials. Beyond is where the apprentice summoner prays. If the prayer is heard, the apprentice becomes a fully fledged summoner. Remember?
So someone is in there somewhere and they haven't come back out. Right, I got it.
A day's already gone by.
Is it particularly dangerous in there?
Sometimes, yes.
Why don't you go in and help?
There's already guardians in there. Besides, it's forbidden.
Hey, but what if something happens? What if the summoner dies?
Our precepts must be obeyed.
Like I care. Maybe this wasn't such a good idea after all.
The Cloister of Trials. Those who seek to learn of Yevon's secret arts are tested by the Cloister of Trials. Find the right way and you will be taken to the Chamber of the Faith. Examine objects with X to open the way. So, Tidus, kind of being not from here, not from this world, kind of finds it strange that they're willing to put someone in danger for something that may or may not even work. You know, he's saying that they're trying to become a full summoner. Right now they're in their apprentice stage, and because they've been in there so long, they could potentially die in there, which it didn't seem like they were hinting too hard at that's a possibility. Like they kind of said it, but it was like, I don't know, something about it just seemed to strike Tidus as, hey, there's a person in danger, let's at least go in and see how they're doing, and this your stupid religious rules telling you that you can't go check on them is ridiculous, you know? This is the Cloister of Trials. This is the, you know, puzzle game of Final Fantasy X. You know, the first couple of times you do it, maybe it'll throw you for a loop, but after a while, it's truly not all that difficult, particularly the first one. So, let's start out by examining all this stuff. Okay, so a strange glyph glows. Okay. Touch the glyph. See, so particularly this first one, it's like, easy enough, right? Okay, so then we introduce these spheres. It says you must use a sphere to go any further. Glyph spheres open the way to the Chamber of the Faith. Destruction spheres open the way to hidden treasure. And it seems Besaid spheres are also necessary. So every time you go to a different temple, there's going to be a sphere that's named after the city and kind of has a color correlation with it. So here we've got the glyph sphere, and you can only carry one sphere at a time. That's kind of what makes this game as puzzly as it can. 'Cause it's like if you could hold two, these would be so easy. These would truly be ridiculously easy. So obviously here we got this little slot. Only place we can put this. The door seems to be locked by an unseen force. You see a sphere-shaped recess. So insert the sphere. Boom. Door opens up. And these do get more and more challenging as they continue. So let's see here. Touch these symbols. And here, we have a Besaid sphere. So let's take that. And I believe... So I don't... You know, I'm not 100% like I have this whole... Like, each of the Cloister of Trials mastered or anything like that. So I'm going to kind of tinker around a little bit and see if I can find something. So that's not where it goes, obviously. So let's do this. Let's open this up. Boom, then we got this nice little pedestal. Move the pedestal. Set with a sphere to the correct place. If you move it improperly, step on the shining glyph to return the pedestal to its original place. So, with how this game's like cameras are shown, it's a little bit difficult, but yeah, like if you say I, you know, angled it. Oh shit. say I pushed it this way and I'm like, oh, wasn't supposed to do that. All you gotta do is step on that thing. Just resets it. See, now it's back where it started. So, there is one more thing we need to do before we carry on. And I believe we take this glyph sphere, I think. Because like I said, I don't have these, you know, committed to memory, but I have a pretty good idea of how to do them and where each thing is. Now, if you wanted to continue, you could just go ahead and, you know, push that in there and get it into its little... Obviously, it goes, you know, right... No, shoot. Oh, wait, hold on. Damn it. The hell am I doing? Obviously, it goes right here in this little slot right there. Perfect square, obviously, goes here. So... But we did this, opened it up, and then... This is a destruction sphere. Now these are pretty crucial if you're trying to get anything past post-game. At least I think so. You kind of want these because it'll make it very difficult to return to this portion of the game. Destruction spheres lead to the hidden treasures in each Cloister of Trials. Each Cloister of Trials has a, you know... So, like, watch here. Blows that little wall up, now we got a chest. There's one of these in each Cloister of Trials, and you need to collect each of them in order for a, basically a hidden element of the game going forward. So, obtain Rod of Wisdom, and then you saw that little symbol pop out of that chest there. So you can only obtain hidden items by using destruction spheres. I thought there was going to be more to that, but it is what it is. Yeah, each one kind of makes it a little bit longer. Like, if you're going to get the destruction sphere, it's going to add a little bit of time. I don't think anyone adds more than 10 minutes.
Hey! What's gotten into you? Hey, it's okay. Only summoners, apprentice summoners, and their guardians can enter here. It's a tradition, very important.
So what about you?
Me? I'm a guardian.
A guardian? Whoa! Ah!
Summoners go on a pilgrimage to pray at every temple in Spira. Guardians protect them. The Guardian's in there now. One of them's got a sure fuse, and who knows what the other's thinking. Well, now that we've come this far, might as well go all the way.
What are you doing here? Didn't think we'd be able to handle it.
No, it's just... See, I told you she gets mad easy.
Is the summoner all right?
Who are you?
I've done it. I have become a summoner.
Man, was I surprised. And here I was thinking summoners were all old geezers.
So, obviously that came as a bit of a surprise to him, and, you know, I guess he was expecting some old dude to come out. I played it first when I was like 10 years old, so it's hard to remember what I was even thinking was gonna happen. Actually, no, I'm pretty sure I already knew who it was gonna be, because I think I watched my uncle play this game before I even started playing it, so she comes out, and obviously she's you know, much younger and much prettier than he was expecting. You know, Wakka being a guardian, which, you know, this is the first time we've learned about that. He was allowed to be in there, and he followed Tidus in. You know, seemingly a little bit late for someone who was actually allowed to go in there. I don't know, maybe he spent his time out there trying to talk the, you know, religious dudes down without, you know, like, so they didn't freak out as much. They're like, hey, look, he's kind of lost his mind a little bit right now. Then he comes in there, explains, like, guardians and summoners are pretty much the only people who are allowed in here. And apprentice summoners as well. One thing that kind of never made sense to me is why he wasn't in there with them. I mean, if I had to guess, it was like, oh, I have blitzball practice today, guys, but hey, you go off, you guys have fun. Be safe, okay? The priest kind of came in and told him, like, hey, they've been in there a while. Like, maybe you should go check on them. And that's kind of what they were in there discussing when Tidus barged in. Let's talk to this guy, see what he has to say. Putting your transgression aside for now, let us celebrate the birth of a summoner. So, you know, he's like, hey, look, you did something dumb, but we got a happy moment ahead of us, so, you know. But I'm watching you, kid.
Hey, over here.
Then we got this guy. The gal in there, she was, you know, she, kind of as Wakka said, she seemed a little grumpy. Then we got this dude who hasn't said a word yet, but he's like a lion, cat, human, furry thing. But we'll go with that. Let's see what Wakka wants.
What? Ow!
Wait till you see this.
I can't see anything.
The fact that all 9 people who live in this town are out there and could easily fit in a circle around that, and Wakka just felt the need to be like, no, I'm gonna blatantly just get in front of these 2 guys and just block their view, even though there's plenty of space to be front row. Kind of rude.
Ready?
Okay.
I had never seen anything like it in my life. Sure, it was a little scary, but still, I could feel a strange kind of gentleness coming from it.
So this is our first summoning that we get in the game. This is Valifor. Really one of the cooler looking Aeons, I think. They're called Aeons, by the way. That's the name for the summonings that they have in this world. It's a very central point to this whole religion that they have. I don't know that I've seen Valifor in any other Final Fantasy game. Not that that means much, because I've pretty much only played like 7, 9, and 16 in this one. But Valifor's, I think, one of the more awesome looking, like, it's like a dragon bird thing. It's, oh god, it pretty freaking cool. Valifor is a girl bird dragon. That is the thing. So fun little fact. That is confirmable also in this game. But yeah, you can name Tidus obviously in the beginning of the game, and you can also name your Aeons. I'm gonna keep the regular names, just because I don't see a whole lot of value in naming them something else, especially for a playthrough like this.
I remember that night we talked for the first time. I didn't know it then, but after that night, everything changed. For everyone. For me.
Let me introduce you to the team. This guy here wants into the tournament so bad, I let him on the team. His memory's a little fuzzy, so don't mind him if he says anything odd. Come on, say hi.
Hi guys. So what's our goal?
To do our best! Nope, we got a new goal now. Our new goal is victory! To win every match, defeat every opposing team, to bring the Crystal Cup back to our island. That's all we need to do to win. Easy, huh?
Victory! 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 Victory!
So, obviously, Yuna's giving him the look like, oh, you're the new kid in town. Alright. Obviously, the next step is we're going to be going to talk to her. But, let's go ahead and talk about these Aurochs for a minute. So that's the name of this team. I think that's been made apparent. Yeah. That was the first thing Wakka said when he introduces us, that he's coach and captain of the Besaid Aurochs. So, you know, all these guys are kind of in the same boat as Wakka, where it's like they've been beaten for so long that they're like, we're just going to do our best. We're going to have fun with it. And, you know, I thought it was real funny that, you know, he's like, so what are we going to do today, guys? And they're like, we're going to do our best. And he just scoffs. He's like, it's like, Wakka, talk to these bitches, please. But it's kind of cool to see that they, you know, they go with that full attitude shift. They're like, no, okay, like, if that's what we're here to play for, all right, we're going to win. Now, what I wish would happen is I kind of wish we stayed on, like, the island for a little bit, and then did like a training montage almost a little bit with the players, because obviously the only thing that's going to be different is that Tidus is going to be on the team. That's the only difference. You know, these guys have faced nothing but loss for 23 years, which is hilarious because that's exactly how old Wakka is. I don't remember if I mentioned that in the last one, but within the Ultimanias, it straight up says, like, after the year that Wakka was born, the Besaid Aurochs never won. So that's even long before he joined the team. They've just been suffering a loss because Wakka existed. Wakka also kind of built us an excuse in where he's like, hey, he's a little foggy right now, so like if he says anything crazy, don't, you know, which is probably how we've been able to get away with doing the dumb shit we've been doing. This is our new team now. Definitely doesn't seem as crazy and as like hardcore as the team that Tidus has been used to, but he's gonna make do with what he's got. So let's go ahead and go over here and talk to Yuna.
You heathen!
Stay away from the summoner! You're a bad man!
You're a bad man! That's my favorite. I love that. Even though the kind of more iconic line is that, stay away from the summoner! That's something of a meme for this game, and I love it.
Lady Yuna, be careful.
But it was really my fault to begin with. I'm Yuna. Thank you so much for your help earlier.
Huh? I'm sorry about that. Wasn't I not supposed to? Guess I kind of overreacted.
Oh no, I was overconfident.
I saw that Aeon thing. That's amazing.
Really? Do you think I can become High Summoner?
Lady Yuna, come play with me some more.
So, tomorrow then.
Tomorrow?
We're going on the same boat, aren't we?
Oh, really?
We can talk more.
Huh.
You can tell me all about Xanarkand.
She's cute, yeah?
Hell yes, brother!
Don't get no ideas.
No promises there, big guy. Hey, but what if she, like, comes on to me?
That's not going to happen. If you get tired, let me know. I had a bed made for you.
You know, Wakka kind of gives a word of caution where he's like, "Hey, don't go, don't go getting no ideas here." He's like, "I know you're a young kid, but that ain't gonna happen." Which is weird because like the way he approached it was like, "Hey, right?" Like he was like hinting at it, and then he's like, "No," he's like, "Yeah, she's cute, huh?" And you're like, "Yeah," and he's like, "No, get down." So I don't know. I don't understand why he went at that in that manner. I have, obviously, I don't ever want to sit here and just be like, I'm going to point out all the problems with this game, but because I love it so much. But, it's like, after you've been doing it for so long, you're like, why did this happen? I don't understand this. It's so funny, too, because it's like, he's sitting there just like, nodding and agreeing with it. She's like, can I be a high summoner? And he's like, yeah, 100%, you could totally do it if you wanted. Having no idea what the hell that even means. The dude has no freaking clue. He's like, oh yeah, you could probably... He knows it means beat Sin. He's like, yeah, you can beat Sin, probably. I don't freaking know. I don't know. I just saw him with my buddy just a week ago. I have no idea. It's actually probably been less than that. This man has probably gone through so much in like 2 days. The guy's probably having a hell of a time right now. That being said, Wakka's got a bed for us.
Ready for bed?
Yeah, let's get some sleep.
Good. Sleep tight.